So, my name's Hazel and I'm from the Creative Content Company. I thought I'd start by telling you who I am. So, firstly, I'm a stepmum to Holly and Jamie, aged 12 and 13. I'm a granddaughter to my amazing grandparents. I'm a fiancée and I've got 2 cats. I'm also a fur mum as well. So that's who I am in very, very brief. I've had a few jobs in my time. I've worked as a holiday rep in Spain. I worked for a recruitment company. I worked for O'Brien's as a business development manager. The company's gone bust. I worked for One Click Pharmacy when I started doing my blogging. I worked as a model and I worked as a hotel manager and restaurant manager as well. So I've got quite a strong background in various areas and kind of spent my time jumping from thing to thing, not really knowing what I was looking for. Then went and worked for a large media company and things kind of went from there. So I worked for a company in Peterborough who did the websites for Britain's Next Top Model and The Ideal Home Show and Top Gear. And the company are really, really good at making big companies bigger. But I really wanted to help small businesses and real people achieve more for their businesses. So that is what we're doing now. So the Creative Content Company was set up 5.5 years ago, September 2013. We do content for websites, we do social media, and we do newsletter creation. And that's it. That's what the Creative Content Company does, and that's where we're at. So what social media is right for your business? There's loads of different social media platforms out there. And yes, you can do all of the social media platforms and spend your whole life doing social media, but that is not what we'd recommend. These are the best ones, Twitter, top left, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll get onto Periscope because that one's a different one for a different reason. So I've written down my stats because I'm rubbish at remembering numbers. So currently, Twitter has 261 million users. 53% are men, 47% are female, and 17% are over 45. So if your target audience is under 45, then Twitter's where you need to be advertising. On average, people spend 34 minutes every day on Twitter. LinkedIn is more of a business platform. So where on Twitter, you've got a real mix of everything. I've had no work through Twitter, but I build up relationships on Twitter. That's where the real conversations happen and you build up relationships with potential employees and suppliers and businesses and clients. On LinkedIn, if you are selling businesses to a business, that's where you need to be. It's no longer just a platform to find more work or jobs. It's a really good place to connect with real businesses. 21% of people are under the age of 35, 79% are over 35, it's 42% women, 58% men. On average, people spend 10 minutes a day, which was lower than I expected, but I think there's a lot of accounts on there that aren't used as frequently as they should be. Facebook. If you are selling to a consumer, then it's really, really good to be there. So if you're a B2C company, Facebook's really good for you. However, there are some really good Facebook groups on there for small businesses. So look out for those and engage with them because you'll get a lot of support from them as well. It's got 1.86 billion users, and on average, people use it for 40 minutes a day. A massive mix of ages on there from 18 to 44, roughly. 52% women, 48% men. So again, pretty mixed in the middle, but well worth being on there if you're selling to a consumer. Instagram is good if you are selling a product or something you take a photo of. So Creative Content Company, we don't use Instagram because having a photo of someone's blog isn't that exciting. Having a photo of someone's tweet isn't that exciting. If you are selling cakes or dresses or gardens or plants or something like that, something you can have a real photo of that people engage with, then Instagram's really good for you. There's 600 million members and 400 million people are using it every single month. The 64% of their users are between 18 and 29 years old. It's definitely for the younger audience as well. On average, people spend 21 minutes a day, just as an input on that one. There's currently 3.196 billion people on social media. 2.958 of them use it every single day. Sorry, 2.958 million use it every single day. Billion. 2.958 billion people use social media every single day. So potentially, your target audience are on social media. It's just about finding the right one where they are. Now, I've put in Periscope as an extra. Periscope is a video live streaming thing. It took 10 days to hit 1 million users. It took Instagram 2.5 months to reach that level, and it took Twitter 2 years to reach that level. So Periscope took off really, really quickly in 2015. It currently has 10 million users and 9.3 million live streams every day. And 1.9 million users are active every single day. So I use Periscope to get me across. It's simple to do stuff on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and talk about stuff, but if you're seeing the real person behind the business, that's when the real engagement happens. The reason that I am different to the other companies that do the same thing as me is me. You are what makes your business different to everybody else. You might have different offerings, but you're what really stands out to the others.
Here we are going to make this video for Periscope, I can assume.
This one isn't on Periscope, but I do weekly ones on Periscope, and they go on the website as well. So they go out on. So when you put stuff on Periscope, it goes straight on Twitter immediately. So all my followers get an update that says Hazel is live streaming right now. You can then save it to your phone, so I pop it onto YouTube, and then YouTube onto my website, and then share it on social media as well, because it's the real person. So if people like videos, they've got that, but they're not professional ones, so they're kind of quite off-the-cuff things. They're never going to be professional.
Is it an American thing with Periscope that it is always live to start with?
Yes, yeah. And it's saved on there for 24 hours, so you can watch ones previously, but you can kind of pop on and it's got a map and red dots of where people are speaking, so you can zoom into your exact location and see who's talking in Cambridge.
But you can keep a filmic copy of it, it's only on Periscope for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But you can share with your friends and things like that.
You can when it's live, but not afterwards, you're right. You can always send your love to me. Your brand voice. So it's really important to think about a brand voice for your business. I am a small business, it's me and an admin lady, and my brand voice is me. That's my business. So for me, it's really important that I get across my voice and tone. So you need to think about your character and persona. Do you want to be friendly, playful, warm, authoritative, inspiring, or professional? How do you want to come across to your audience? Think about your tone as well. We go for personal, honest, and friendly. We kind of go personal, honest, humble, direct, clinical, or scientific. Think about how you want to come across. Think about the language you're going to use. As a small business helping small business owners, we will always go for non-jargon. We'll use normal words that everyone understands. So think about how you want to come across. Do you want to come across dead set and serious? As an accountant, that might be the way you want to come across. But for other businesses, you might not want to come across quite so serious. And then think about the purpose as well. What are you trying to achieve on social media? Do you want to engage or entertain? Do you want to educate, delight, inform, sell, enable, or amplify? So think about what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you're hoping to get out of it as well. I don't like the next slide because this is when everyone goes mental. You need to post on social media regularly. By regularly, we mean 5 times a day. You can use, it is recommended that you don't post the same thing on different platforms. However, I do use the same thing on different platforms. So I will use a scheduling tool that I'll tell you about in a minute, and it means that I can post something onto Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn at the same time. Now, the reason I do that is I've got the same audience on each. But if you are a recruitment agency, for example, and you're using Facebook for candidates, but LinkedIn for clients, you wouldn't want to share the same stuff. So think about what audience you're talking to, where they are, and then what you're saying. But if you can send the same message out to all 3, you've saved yourself time. So posting 5 times a day does sound hard, but I think I've posted 5 times since I've been here. So it is possible. I do talk a lot, so that does help. So the sorts of things you can post are testimonials. So we're lucky enough to have nearly 200 testimonials. So every day we can share a testimonial on social media. You can share links to blog posts as well. Now, this is the only example that comes to my mind when I'm talking, so I can only apologise. If you are a recruitment consultant and you've got a blog post about top 10 tips for an interview, and your first tip is wear clothes. On social media, you will say a top tip for interview success is to wear clothes. For more tips like this, go back to the blog. So you're directing that traffic back. 3 days later, tip number 2 is brush your teeth. For more tips like this, go back to the blog post. So if you can get a blog post that's 10 points long, then you've made yourself 10 posts on social media. If you're doing 1 blog post a week and you've got 4 like that, you've got 40 blog posts. So you're kind of there, you're getting there quite quickly. Photos when you're out and about. So where I really like doing guess where we are. So if you find something a little bit unusual, or you're in an old building or a pretty building, then take a photo. You can be in it or you can not be in it, that's your choice. Take a photo of where you are and ask your audience to guess where you are. Does two things. It engages people, so you get more interaction on your page, but it also means that you're showing people where you work. So although you might be a business in Peterborough, if we've got a photo of us in Cambridge, clients in Cambridge will go, oh, they work that way as well. So it's kind of showing which areas you can work in and that you can be in other places. You can share things you're doing that day. So every morning we say, today we're blogging for this company. No, we don't say this company, we say this industry. So today we're blogging for an accountant. Today we're doing social media posts for a recruitment company. Today we're writing a press release for a hospitality company. And so all the time those hospitality companies are seeing it and then going, oh, they do that for a hospitality company. They can do that for us as well. So talk about the things you're doing that day. People better understand what you do and who you do it for, and they can relate it better to their own business. Look at national days. There's a website that is horrendously old-fashioned, but it's amazing, and it's called brownielocks.com. And it's got all of the national days, and it's got about 60 national days for the whole of April, plus a load of weeks, plus a load of months. Look at those and you'll find something relevant. But even the things that aren't as relevant, so think outside the box. So days like National Ice Cream Day, you can get as basic as that level and go, our favourite ice cream is this, what's yours? In a more exciting way. But you're then getting that engagement. People are going to reply to you and talk to you and engage, and that's what you want. Upcoming events, so we are talking here, surprise. We posted 2 weeks in advance. We're posting here in 2 weeks' time. We're posting here in a week's time. We're talking here tomorrow. So you're talking about what you're doing and where you're going. Again, do that for 2 reasons. 1, it promotes you in the areas you work in, and 2, people that follow you might go, I want to go to that as well. So then you meet them and build up that relationship. So talk about the places you're going and the events you're attending. Link back to your website. Special offers and service pages. Social media is social, so we don't want to spend the whole time selling. But if you can sell your services at some points, so either have a special offer just on Twitter, have a special offer just for your Facebook followers and things like that. Don't sell all the time, but kind of encourage some sales and services in there as well. So talk about what you offer and who you offer it to. Use hashtags like Throwback Thursday, Top Tip Tuesday, Motivational Monday, things like that, because they get shared. You might not enjoy them, but that's stuff that's going to get you more engagement. On a Motivation Monday, just share a photo of a quote that a famous person has said at one point. And that image of that with the hashtag Motivational Monday, that will kind of go around. It will show that you're involved and online and you are active, and people will get engaged with it as well.
Hashtag heads or sets.
Yes. Don't mess with me. Top Tip Tuesday is a really good chance to show off your skills and knowledge. If you're just showing little snippets of tips and things that you know, then you're portraying yourself as an expert in your industry. And Throwback Thursday is a really good chance to look back at stuff you've done. So if you've done a piece of work that you're really pleased with, you've held an event you're really proud of, something like that, if you can share a photo of that again in the future, Throwback Thursday to this time that we held this really successful event and it went really well. So kind of doing that will show, again, you're showing off what you can do, and it's a Throwback Thursday, so you can get away without bragging. So how can we post 5 times a day and still get work done? Of course you can.
Do you have any software or any program to propose us to work on multiple social media?
Yes, I do.
Which one, please?
I would recommend the Lifesaver. I use Hootsuite, and I adore Hootsuite. It was the first one I used, and I've stuck with it because I find it really useful. Hootsuite allows you to post on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, WordPress, and 2 others, I can't remember. You can, if you pay for an account, it's $12.99 a month, and you can have unlimited posts to unlimited accounts. If you don't pay for it, it's a free account. You can have, I never word this quite right, 30 days posting. Sorry, 30 posts, not 30 days. So if you were to schedule 30 posts to Twitter today, as soon as your first one goes out, you've got another one immediately after. So as soon as you post one, you get back in your box. So you've always got a 30 going. Does that, have I worded that right? Does that not make any sense? 30 posts, yes. Good, I'm glad it went in. So I love Hootsuite for that reason. So while I'm here, I imagine I've put a post out that's going out live now. So I will spend the first week of the month scheduling my stuff for the month ahead because I've got the unlimited account.
Are you aware of Zapier?
There are lots and lots out there. Yes, I haven't used that one, no. I used Hootsuite 8 years ago and I've just stuck with it. So that was the only reason. But this will save you so much time. And so the first thing I'll do is go through my calendar and look at the events I've got coming up. So I will post, I'm at this event today and schedule that for the date I'm going. And then backdate it to the week before, 2 weeks before. Once I've done all of that through my calendar, then I'll look at the national days on Brownie Locks. And I'll post all of the national days through it and an engaging comment. Then I'll go through and post a testimonial every day. Then I'll go through and post what we're doing that day. And before you know it, you've got nearly year 5 already. And then a few blogs stuck in there, and you've done it. It's just getting into the routine of spending either a Monday morning or the beginning of the month, scheduling for the month ahead. And it's finding that time. When you've made that time, you're fine. So I keep saying about engagement, and engagement is super important. On LinkedIn, if you are a small business, you need to have a personal page. If you're a large business, then have a business page. But business pages don't work for small businesses. On Facebook, if you want to promote your business, you need a business page. If you promote your business onto your personal page and someone that doesn't like you reports you, you will have your account closed down. So it's really, really important that you don't promote your business too much, and no one knows what too much means, but you kind of get a gist on your personal page because you will get told off by Facebook. However, the Facebook business page is not shown to everyone. So if I was to post something on my Facebook personal page now, all of my friends would see it. If I post something in my business page, a very small percent of the people that like my page will see that post. For example, 2 to 3%. So if you've got, because I make numbers easy, if you've got 100 people that like your page, only 2 to 3 people are seeing that post. So people are saying, I don't want to post 5 times a day, people will get bored of it. People won't get bored of it because they won't see it.
Sorry, they won't see it because Facebook's got that in their algorithm.
Yeah, so that's why the boost posts comes in and paid ads. So the idea is that you pay more money to get more people to see it. The other way you can boost that 2 to 3% is getting more engagement. So the ask questions, share things with the hashtags, people use them. When people respond to you, answer to them. The more engagement you've got going up, the more engagement you've got going on, the more your percentage goes up.
How do you track the effectiveness of the post that you're doing? Do you get metrics back? And how do you track, like, actually, I've done this stuff and I've got this number of sales? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, how do you do that?
So 2 ways. For me personally, I look onto the post and it says how many people have seen it and what the reach is. So how far it's gone out, how many have seen it and how many have commented on it. Then I go onto my website and I look how many people have clicked from that post to my website. And if nothing...
What percentage of people have viewed your post but actually have gone to purchase your product?
I think because I'm not a shop, it doesn't work that easily, unfortunately.
So you don't have really clear metrics like that? You're just getting your
not for me, no.
brand out there, right?
Yeah. When we offer, the service we offer to clients, we'll always say it for brand awareness. We're doing this for brand awareness. If you get a sale, it's an added bonus. Because you can't guarantee sales from social media. Facebook went down for 30% of the users for 6 hours yesterday. You can't guarantee it's always going to be there. So when it comes to marketing in your brand, make sure you're not relying solely on social media, because it's not going to work.
Will you share it over Facebook, for example?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yes, get your engagement up is the biggest thing there to increase that percent.
In Facebook, you can always make a new group, let's say friends of Hazel Cottrell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'd be huge. There'd be thousands of members.
Yeah. No. I mean, you do have a limitation up to 5,000 friends in that, but you can also create another group similar to that.
Yeah.
So somehow you bypass this.
There would be ways, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could get around it. I think the issue is when you've got those bigger numbers, Facebook's more aware of you. And your other issue is, so you can buy likes on Facebook. You can buy people to like your page. Now, if those people are based in Ghana, and they're not going to buy the dresses that I'm selling in St Ives, that's not going to be of any benefit to me, because they could be my 2 to 3% that's seeing it. So be really, really cautious. While it's really tempting to ask your gran to like your Facebook page, if she's never going to buy what you're offering, it's probably best if she doesn't like your business page, because she's stealing your potential customers. Another really good way is asking questions. So when you post stuff, so again, when you've got a photo of somewhere random, guess where we are? Do you know where we are? On Pancake Day, and you would have seen it everywhere on social media, everyone was saying, Pancake Day, how do you have yours? It's asking those questions that get replies, because the more replies you get, the more engagement you've got, and that % goes up. Also use polls as well. So there's polls available on Facebook and Twitter to ask those questions. The really good thing about polls is you can put in the suggested answers, but you can then turn that into a blog post afterwards as well. So this is a service we offer. We asked this question about it last week. This is what 50% of people said. So kind of think about different poll questions that you can ask to get that engagement, and then how you can turn it into a blog post to then share with those people that posted on it before. So you're boosting that engagement again. And make sure you respond to people. So yes, you can use Hootsuite to schedule 5 things a day, but if people are replying and you're not replying to them, people aren't going to keep replying. So you need to make sure that it's a two-way road and you do respond to them when they respond to you.
Do you recommend to have a landing page and have these questions over there answered and everybody can see, or to have one-on-one communication and answer, let's say on Twitter, to the specific thread, or to Facebook?
I would respond on the thread and with the link. So I'd say, thank you for answering that poll earlier in the month. Here's the blog post we wrote about it on that page that then links through to that. And then I'd send individual ones as well.
So in your landing page, your blog, whatever you have a comments area.
Yeah.
And they work?
Yeah, you can, yeah. Comments on blog posts are really tricky. Because you're sharing the blog posts on social media, people leave their comments on social media. So you tend to find there's a lack of comments on your blog post because they're replying on social media instead, which is helpful for your social media brand, but not so great for the blog posts, is the honest answer on that one. My top tips. Like I said, we do blogs. So a blog, in case nobody knows, is a 300 to 600 word article that you put on your website. This is an extra page for Google to see, so it helps you with your SEO. It uses those extra keywords, so it helps your SEO, and it gives you stuff to share on social media. You need to update your blog with a new post at least once a month, ideally once a week. If you've got a blog post and it says, we've got a new blog, and it was written in 2012, and there's nothing since, it looks really crap. So then just get rid of it. Get rid of the blog. If you're not using it, get rid of it, because it's doing you more harm than good. Post on social media at least 3 to 5 times a day. Be real, like we said, be social. Don't sell, sell, sell. And again, if you're not using it, get rid of it. There's so many websites out there that have got the links to all the social media pages, and you go to the social media pages and there's nothing there. If you're not using them, then get rid. If you are posting, so if you decide, right, loved Hazel's talk, I'm going to do it, and you post 5 times a day for the next month, and then you decide, actually, I've got more important things to do, I won't bother doing that anymore, people will think your business has ended because you've been so frequent and then nothing. So if you are going to post frequently, make sure you can carry it on. If you're going to send newsletters, they're a great idea. Send them regularly to keep at the forefront of your customers' minds, of your target audience's mind. Use Hootsuite, and I use MailChimp for newsletters as well. They're just there's loads and loads out there, but they're my preferred ones. And they work really well at just allowing me to schedule stuff to send out in the future. So I'm not sitting down on the 15th going, right, I need to write a newsletter. I would have written the newsletter in January for the rest of the year. So find a better way to kind of manage your time, or social media can steal all of your time. And if you can't do it, outsource it. The Creative Content Company are based in Peterborough, but if you ever need any help, or I've talked too fast, or you've got any questions, always feel free to email me. Chances are there'll be a blog post. We write a blog post every other day, so there's loads to read on there if you need any help or anything. But if you do want to ask anything, just feel free. And if anyone has any more questions, go ahead. Yes?
What is the best platform to do the blogging on? Just do it on your website?
Yes, on your website. So previously, people had a separate blog and a separate website. Now, the downside of that is you're directing traffic from your social media platform to the blog and then back to your website. It's just too much going on, and it's not giving any of the SEO benefits to your website. So the website for Creative Content Company is WordPress, which is an easy blogging platform, but that's our website as well. So we've got all of our blogs on there. So I would recommend WordPress, but don't have a blog separate to your website. Yes.
How much this is how much this pulls across to B2C company, B2B companies. So, you know, my target audience is not individual people on Facebook. It's large organisations in my specific industry. So how many? I don't know. What social media strategy should I be following?
LinkedIn, 1000%. Yes, because although they are large businesses, they've still got people in those businesses. Also, if you're going to do cold calling or trying to sell to people, you can find out who the manager of that company is by searching on Google, CEO of such and such company. So then at least you can go in with their name. So when the gatekeeper goes, who do you want to speak to, you can say David James. So that's really useful. But if you're posting on there, so you've viewed his page and he gets a little update saying you've liked David Blake's page. David Blake's like, oh, who's this person? And he looks at your LinkedIn page and sees what sort of things you're posting. If you're posting blog posts on your website, copy and paste them as an article on LinkedIn and put at the bottom, for more blogs like this, go back to the website. So the articles are there all the time, and then it's kind of showing you as an expert in your industry. This is what I do, I know my stuff, and this is all the proof that I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
So you're selling yourself as an expert.
And sorry, just a quick follow-up. You say LinkedIn, focus on LinkedIn. Would you be posting as yourself, so posting as an individual, or posting from your company page?
I say post as you. Company pages don't tend to work for smaller businesses, but also you are a real person and you are talking to a real person. So yeah, post as you, definitely.
Certainly what we've found with LinkedIn is, as a basic strategy, is just to go along and find a conversation that's going on, make a, shall we say, challenge whatever assumption it is that's on. Say something that gives a little bit of a tweak to make people want to engage in a conversation, and then you're into an interesting conversation about whatever it is. But LinkedIn's great because you can have conversations that you can't have on Twitter. Twitter's shouting.
Yeah.
But it's irrelevant to businesses because we're not interested in people shouting about stuff. The stuff what we're interested in is engaging with other people on a communicative level. LinkedIn works that in the same way. Google Plus used to be fantastic for education for that very reason, because you can have conversations, and out of the conversations comes, well, I certainly have massive more useful business coming from LinkedIn than I do anything else. Because people are there to talk about stuff. So.
Yeah, agreed.
I think because I've found, particularly with LinkedIn, being able to, within the LinkedIn profile itself, being able to embed video, URL links, so you can actually link it to your site within your actual profile, and then with your posting on top, so you're actually getting it from both sides. So you've got your posts, which will lead to your website, but actually within your profile you can put your URL, so again you can also get that to go back as well, and I found that really effective. So even if your posts change, which they should do, you will always embedded within that, you will have that link back to your website.
Definitely. Top marks. Yes.
So I used to work a few years ago with a lot of YouTubers, and it was at the time a lot of kind of gaming, Twitch stuff was just emerging. And they kind of came out of YouTube and they started getting hold of all of the social media platforms and building their careers. And it was a real kind of learning experience. And myself and those men and women were like, they started doing it. It's Pancake Day, let's do the pancake thing, post and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And now a few years later, when I look at all this stuff, like you're right, everyone did a pancake post, yeah. And you feel like you're drowning in a sea of mediocre rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, because everyone's doing it. It's like the hygiene standard. Yeah? And like, you just in the end you ignore it. Like my kids have got an enormous social media filter that can just go and filter out all this, and just all the stuff they want. Yeah. What in your mind are the people or the techniques that are really cutting edge? Do you know what I mean? Who's doing more than the pancake stuff that's really interesting? Do you know what I mean? Is there anyone that you think of or you really admire? Do you know what I mean?
No, I think everyone jumps on that bandwagon. Everyone does the pancake day because it's an easy win. And you're right. I was fuming. By the end of the day, I was like, this is madness. Everyone's talking about pancake day, and I'm not having pancakes tonight. I was gutted. But no, there's no one that stands out for no one that I could think of that stands out.
Because that's what you want to do, yeah? You don't want to be, it's all about standing out, yeah?
Yeah.
Especially I'm in entertainment is the thing I work in. So you don't want to be seen to be doing what everyone else is doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I've done big Facebook campaigns, and done all the stats and all the analytics and looked at all the stuff you were talking about. And I came right at the end of the campaign feeling the only person that really benefited was Facebook. They're the only ones that got clear money out of all the stuff that I've done, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I might have got a bit of brand awareness, but I didn't know whether all the effort really was worth it, do you know what I mean? But you don't know anyone who's doing who's really setting the world alight in different ways.
No. And the issue with Facebook ads is Facebook have done it in a way that it's tricky to know what to do. There's 13 different ways of putting a Facebook ad out there.
Yeah.
And clicking boost ad is the easiest option. It's also the one that's not going to achieve very much for you at all.
Because?
So boosting a post will only boost it out to your audience who are already there. It's not going to send it out to new people. But it's there, it's right there. It's quite easy just to go, I'll just boost that one. And it's not going to achieve massive things for you. So just be really, really aware of what you're hoping to get out of Facebook ads before doing it. We don't offer Facebook ads because it's a minefield.
How do you get to a new audience? How do you do that?
So the other 12 options.
And they're quite buried, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've not made it easy. They want your money.
Right. I left my little bedroom office and I had to go to the Facebook London headquarters just for a random meeting, yeah? And I could see where all the money was going, yeah? It was like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory combined with a Steven Spielberg sci-fi film, you know what I mean? It was just unbelievable, yeah, you know? So they're the ones, I think they're the ones somehow benefiting more than a lot of the little companies working there, do you know what I mean? For a small kind of creative company, what is your platform of choice, do you think?
For us?
Instagram, something like that?
No, we don't use Instagram at all. Do you mean for my business?
No,
oh, sorry.
You're a small company with a product.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you've got a product, then Instagram, definitely. Yeah. Facebook, potentially. If you're selling to consumer, then Facebook. And then B2B, definitely LinkedIn.
What would you use that for?
I get loads of engagement on Twitter. I get more engagement and more click-throughs to my website on Twitter than any other platform. But direct sales, I only get through Facebook and LinkedIn. I've never had a direct sale come through Twitter.
Yeah. What's a direct sell for you?
Someone saying, we want your service, let's start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get most of that through LinkedIn, would you say? What would you think?
Yeah, probably social media-wise,
Yeah.
60% LinkedIn, 40% Facebook. I've had one on Twitter in 5.5 years.
Does Twitter drive people to Facebook and LinkedIn?
To my website.
And from your website, do you know whether that drives them into your other social media channels, so you've then got a clear channel to them?
I haven't looked at it because I wouldn't want them to do that.
No, just
The options are there to find out more about me. Yeah, I want them on the website. So all of the blog posts on my website is where most of my traffic goes, is to the blog posts. And then the blog posts then lead them off to different pages inside the website.
May I ask, what kind of analytics do you use?
And just straightforward Google Analytics. Nothing terribly exciting. As much as I run a media company, I'm the least techie person there is. It's embarrassing. I just had to ask how to move screens, so that shows how rubbish I am. I didn't know where the bottom was. Yeah, I'm not a techie at all, so which I think helps as a business because it means I can make it simple for my clients because I'm simple. Any other questions?
How do you find, and by the way, this is, I mean, one of the things which Greg behind us was saying, you can't necessarily rise above the crowd, but actually one of the questions is, do you actually need to? The point is it working? How much does it cost to achieve that kind of engagement? If the answer is, it costs this much and it does this much engagement, it doesn't matter whether it's a breakout viral campaign or it's irrelevant, it's still working. So the question is, in terms of, one of the issues with asking outside agencies to write your content for you is that there's a long lead up before they're doing stuff which feels authentic.
Mhm.
But the reality is that might not matter. How do you find in terms of being able to, as an agency, to be able to create content which authentically reflects the needs of the company, given that the very best person to do this is probably a company founder who also knows how to write social media posts, and then you're looking at, yes, wonders and greatness.
Yeah.
The reality is they're busy building the company.
Mhm.
So there's that sort of interplay between content which kind of looks like it's written by an outside agency, but still works, and maybe there is a content creation company out there that does write something that looks as if it's written by a company founder. I don't know. Tell me, but just talk to me about that a little bit. I'm interested.
I think.
By the way, I'm quite cynical enough to not care whether one is brilliant or not. The fact is, it either works or it doesn't. So,
Yeah. I think I wouldn't be able to, nor would I want to, be able to hide my personality, even when I write for other clients. So when clients meet me, which all of them do before we start work, or speak to me on the phone, they understand my tone, and that is the tone they'll get for their social media.
So long as your tone matches what they require, then it's going to be a good
Yeah,
fit.
and that is why they'll choose me.
Okay, so let's assume you've got a good tone. What happens then? How do you manage, what is it that one needs, does one even need to think about the fact that actually this is coming across as if it's written by an outside agency rather than the authentic voice of the internal organisation? How do you deal with that interplay? Because
Yeah.
it does happen.
So the first month, we'll write the stuff out and put it in a Word document. Again, keeping it simple. Put it in a Word document, send it to them and go, right, this is what we're looking at posting this month. Do you want to make any changes? And often someone will go through and kind of go, actually, we'd use that word, not that word. Or can we just change that little word around? And then from that, we're then learning what they want from the next month. It's really as simple as it can be. Because you're right, the reason they're giving it to us is because they haven't got time to do it, they don't want to do it, or they don't know how to do it.
It works anyway.
It depends what everybody sells, product.
Yeah, and often it's linked back to the blog post anyway, so it's not.
Blog, if I may suggest something. We have a LinkedIn group and the blog, and I congratulate 23,000 members on LinkedIn. The blog happened to be Alexa 240 at Speak, 2012 or something. Dealing with luxury products and services. We used to have excellent content, being, first of all, we also had a magazine. And we used to post the PR we get from people, from companies involved in this kind of business. Fashion, luxury products, traveling, whatever. And this provides, can be reachful for your audience to go and see your group, to see your blog or whatever. You have to have content in any case. If you are not able to produce your own, then you have to find some clever ways to have very good quality content. Otherwise, people won't follow you. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and you're right. While we're saying it's a good idea to blog once a week, if you are blogging rubbish, then don't bother blogging once a week. Only do it if you've got something to share. The reason we're able to write a blog post every other day is because we offer social media, blogs and newsletters. I forgot what we did. It means we've got loads to talk about. The social media world is always changing. There's always so much to talk about. And we're always being asked questions like this. So most of the questions being asked get turned into blog posts anyway. So we're able to easily create a blog post every other day. But I appreciate for some businesses it's not as easy. But in case like that, we do offer blog post ideas because people do struggle coming up with ideas. And I completely get that sometimes it's that blank page not knowing what to do. And an outside person goes, well, why didn't you ask that question? And it's sometimes a really obvious blog that you've just not considered. Is there any other questions? Again, you're more than welcome to email me. I'm on Twitter, Hazel L. Cottrell, business creative content company. So the website's creativecontent.company. Feel free to email me any questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you've got or anything like that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.